Doubles and Coffee, Barry Padarat, the Minister of Public Utilities, brought out some information in the Parliament during the mid-year review. Now, it brought out a lot. But COLM, the man who shattered our economy for 9.5 years, who came to us, the people, who stood up in Parliament and said, Madam Speaker, the economy is booming. Time after time again, the Business Guardian, Curtis Williams, had to show that the numbers that COLM was giving were false. COLM decimated our economy while telling the people everything was okay. He, COLM, the architect of our economic demise, tells the UNC government, no profligate spending, all of these promises that you made, promises, right? Labor, we respect you. We will negotiate and give you a just wage for a hard day's work so that you can survive and take care of your families. Children, a laptop for you to move forward, to ensure that your educational opportunities are fulfilled to maximum capacity, no matter your income bracket. Poverty eradication, food cards, people, children, sport, culture, housing, medicine in the hospitals, oncology drugs. These are Kamala's promises that Imbut says are irresponsible. Stuart Young says madness. But then Barry Padarat reads from a letter, Permanent Secretary to Supplier of Goods and Services, when Keith Rowley did his shenanigans to try to make Stuart Smallpin Young the Prime Minister, selected by him, selected by the PNM Parliamentary Caucus without convention, without one man, one vote, without an election. COLM was shuffled to the Ministry of Public Utilities. And before he could go in there for one day, he find the entire floor, the floor that he is on, the ministerial floor, including his minister's offices, executive secretary's desk and workstation, that he thought that that was inappropriate. And he wanted to spend $1.3 Mmmillion to improve the decor. Now, COLM says that Barry Padarat lied and he misspoke because his office, his 30 by 30 office, only took $160,000 to fix up. Only $160,000 of taxpayers' money to fix up his office where he sits down, to make a tea station and a coffee station and put artwork. He said only $160,000. The 1.3 million of your taxpayers' dollars, says COLM, that was to be spent, was for the whole floor. Now, mind you, this is a floor not in a government building, you know, not in the government campus, you know, not owned by the government, you know, not owned by you, the taxpayers, you know. This is somebody building that them PNM renting from, you know, he going to fix up. Secondly, the fact that COLM would actually utter words rather than hang his head in shame and try to defend moving the ministry, ending up there for about a day because election call, and spending $1.3 million while he was the Minister of Finance who told workers across the board 00101 00101 over a 9-year period. He said take 4% and leave it. The man who increased taxes, the man who wanted to bring property tax, the man who wanted to create a revenue authority that he appointed board, and his board of people like Ingrid Lashley, Narcissus Scope, people like maybe Gilbert Peterson family, all the Inez Gate people, the Michael Kwamina, who signed up on a consultancy for THBL for $70,000 for Joel Jack when he lost his work in Tobago and Tobago reject PNM. A board made up of these PNM people who don't even want to leave, who don't want to resign, like the woman at Decor, like the lawyers at Paria, These the people who were going to select a board and a director general to get involved in your taxes. But this COLM Imbot says, well, Barry, it's all right. At my office at the Ministry of Public Utilities, just for me to sit down in there, it was only $160,000. These are people who took away 18,000 food cards, $500 for people to eat food. These wicked people. Furthermore, COLM Imbot, and the Minister of Public Utilities before you was Marvin Gonzalez. But everybody know in Parliament, you and Marvin have the same kind of taste. The whole of Parliament know that. Your tastes are very similar. And Eclipse Eli does do suits for Marvin. The whole Parliament crew are all and you all have the same taste. Furthermore, COLM Imbot, wasn't Marvin staying in your Picton Street building that you built? Wasn't he staying there? I don't know if he paid, if he bought it, I have no idea, but he was living there. So don't you know his taste? Are you saying that Marvin's taste was so despicable, so terrible, that you couldn't fathom the carpet and the picture, the art and the paint and the wall and the tea station that Marvin had? And this is the PNM. This is the arrogance. I want to hear Rhoda defend that now. COLM Imbot say yes, the place needed an uplift, $1.3 million, but his office was only $160,000, so no big thing. UNC, don't spend money on children, on feeding children, on educating children, on laptops, on poor people, on grants for autistic and differently able children. Don't spend money like that. What about this baby milk grant that Rowley, Stuart Young and Imbot said is so irresponsible? That's Imbot, the man who put 7% tax, the man who created a situation where you can't get foreign exchange. And then they tell you, the boy who went up a library and get licks, Randall Mitchell, tell you that if you send your child to school and you can't get US, then you do this. This is the PNM. Them take your money to outfit a building for $1.3 million a floor for Imbot to go and feel comfortable to walk in. For $1.3 million and tell you, tighten your belt. Tell you in the PNM's new society, every hospital, every piece of medicine, every road, every this, every community center, you think is supposed to be built with the taxpayers' dollars, with the government supposed to build it? No, the PNM government won't do that. In their new society, you, the people, are to wean yourself off the government. But them is to wean on, like Karate Kid. Not wax on, wax off. Wean on, wean off. $1.3 million to put up some picture and paint for COLM to feel comfortable. Because he didn't like Marvin taste. Come go try that, you know. Because you and Marvin like the same thing.